A Jmix exclusive.
Do you feel that the recent triples that Suge Knight has have tied in with the release of that letter?
That's a leading question. Yeah, I absolutely do. I do. You have to look at it this way. I'm not Suge Knight, so I can't be in Suge Knight's head. God knows I don't think I'd want to be at this point. But here's the deal. Again, take Robert Soria out of the picture. Take him out of it for a minute, and let's take a look at anybody else that might be involved with the story. Reggie Wright or Sharitha or anybody else. David Kenner, all these people. Now, suddenly a letter comes out from nowhere. Comes completely out from the blind. And it's saying, well, there's this theory in this letter that you, Suge Knight, were a victim, that you were set up, that there may have been an attempt to take over your record label, and that you were duped, and that the people that you trusted were maybe a bit behind it. And that's what the letter comes out. I mean, Suge Knight's not going to care who wrote the letter. Most people that get the dime dropped on them don't care about the source of the information. They don't care about who brought the information. You don't you don't kill the messenger. What they do is they look at the information and they look at where the information comes from. Not who brought it to them, but where it comes from. And in this case, the information was a letter that was given to us by Chris Blatchford. Chris Blatchford's name got in there. Now, Suge Knight, Suge's parents, Heron, Neckbone, those guys, they all knew Chris Blatchford because he was the reporter on the beat that covered all that stuff at the time. So Chris Blatchford has a name and a reputation that's out there. And he was around Compton as Compton was coming up. And he knew Suge Knight's mom. He knew Buntry. He knew Buntry's parents. So when Chris Blatchford, who has a reputation of not being a bullshit artist and being a pretty stand-up guy, when you hear that a letter with these kinds of allegations come out, and they come out from Chris Blatchford, and you know Chris Blatchford to be a pretty straight-up dude, to the point where Suge went to the interview in 2008 with Kevin Hackey and Frank Alexander because Chris Blatchford was there. I mean, I didn't pull all this history out of my ass. These people all know each other. Chris Blatchford knows Suge Knight. This isn't just some random theory. Suge Knight, in my opinion, just following kind of common logic, if you hear about a letter or you hear about a theory or you hear about this word on the street that maybe there's something more going on that might have been mentioned in this letter, you're going to check it out. You're going to go find out who was behind it, who was doing what, and who was responsible. You're going to get down to the bottom of it. And as he showed clearly in this whole situation with these guys on the set of the movie and the hitting the guy with the truck, Suge Knight's the kind of guy that he deals with his problems head on. Smart? No. But he deals with them head on. So when you get a guy like Suge Knight out there and something comes up to him, he's going to start asking some questions, and he's probably not going to be very polite about the way he's asking them. So I'm sure word got around on the street very fast that Suge Knight was asking questions about, well, is this true? Doesn't matter who it came from. He wasn't asking who the hell is Robert Soria. Didn't care. He wanted to know if the allegations were true. Was he set up? Was it done by people that were close to him? Was it done by people he trusted with millions of dollars? Were these people really responsible for doing it? Was it not a hit on Tupac? Was it really a hit on Suge? All of these questions he wanted to know, so he started asking around. Well, 6 days later, after he started asking around, two guys show up in a nightclub, shoot the guy full of holes, and say, "You killed Tupac." Well, we all know what that's about. It wasn't really about the fact that he killed Tupac, because I don't think anybody believes that Suge killed Tupac. We kind of pointed that direction in the assassination movies, but at the end of the day, that's what these people wanted everybody to believe right before Tupac Suge got shot. So, you do the math. He's asking questions about it. They're tired of the questions being asked. And if you read the book, you'll go back and find out that our theory has been that they wanted Suge Knight dead or in prison all along. So this is just an extension of that.
A Jmix exclusive.
What up, shut up?